So I've got a little confession, well not a confession, just a little update. I did something really, really silly. I've had a break from caffeine and pre-workout. So it's been 3 weeks since I've had this, but it's a new year, start as we mean to go on. Let's get it back in. And if you guys are gonna watch me train, we need to have a good one. So first time having pre-workout in 3 weeks. If I go a little crazy, you know why. On a serious note though, it is something that I like to do after prep, so I've spent like months with low energy. You start to depend on caffeine more and more, and then after prep, when I'm eating a little bit more, putting a bit of weight back on, my energy levels are going to rise naturally just from body fat being a little bit higher and a bit more healthier place. So it's the time that I like to just have a break from caffeine and then just reset my tolerance a little bit and, you know, just make it a bit more enjoyable when I put it back in. Today, we're going to train legs. So I haven't done a leg video on here for a while, so I thought best time to get it in. Start of the year, big session. I'm going to run through my full session, talk you through it a little bit, give some little tips here and there. First exercise I'm going to do is actually an adductor machine, open up the hips a little bit. Then from there, we're going to go more compounds. So I've warmed up the adductors, we're going to move on to this pendulum squat now. So basically what I'll do with legs is I'll train them once a week, as opposed to my other body parts which I train twice a week. Reason for this being, with being men's physique, I prioritise the areas that need the work for what I'm going to bring on stage. But then at the same time, we want to have good legs, right? So I program them once a week, but it doesn't necessarily mean I do a lot less than I do on other body parts. I'm not training them as frequently, but then my volume can therefore be a little bit higher. So in terms of exercises, reps, sets, I'll do more on a leg day, knowing I'm not going to train them for another week than I may do on the upper body parts that I'm training more frequently. What I will do is I'll start one leg session 1 week, hamstrings first predominantly, and then go quad after, and then the following week I'll just flip it around and I'll just keep rotating it like that. So today we're doing quad focus first, so I'm going to jump onto the pendulum squat. Really good for the quads because I can get nice and low, getting good flexion at the knee. Won't be going much heavier than that. So me and Peter, behind the camera, have just been chatting and catching up on my trip to Milan. I don't know if you follow me on Instagram, you'd have seen that I went there. So he's just asking me to eat a lot of nice food over there. And I was basically saying I ended up doing the same as what I did in LA. You think, oh, I'm gonna have this like time eating food and focused on food. But then when you go somewhere new, I'm just so focused on sightseeing. Food kind of becomes a second priority. One night, went for a nice pizza. Next night, England were playing in the World Cup, and it's so different in Milan. Literally did 40,000 steps a day sightseeing. I was just saying, couldn't even find a bar to go and watch the game in. The culture, I guess, is so different with drinking and stuff out there. So I ended up watching it in my hotel room. So the second night, as I was just telling him, just got a load of food from the supermarket, feet up and watched the game. So yeah, it didn't really become a food focused trip at all, but I have been enjoying a little bit more food over Christmas. We'll go into an update on that in a minute. I've got a heavy set to do here on the pendulum. He says heavy, there's only 50 kilos on here, but it feels heavy on this machine. Oh. That is a heavy machine. Oh. Now more isolation focused on the quads next. So we've got the Nautilus leg extension. So a little tip I want to give here. So if you're watching this video, either you're going to start competing in men's physique or you do compete in men's physique, one thing I notice a lot is people wearing the wrong shorts. So one reason I like to train legs, again, is because I still think it makes a difference in men's physique even though you are wearing shorts. If you're wearing nicely fitted shorts, it's going to add for that overall look of the physique on stage, which can make a little bit of difference for how impressive you look. But with the shorts, one thing I've noticed a lot is people either wear shorts that are too big or too small. So in men's physique, your shorts want to fit just above the knee. I'm seeing more and more people get on stage and their shorts are way too high. Doesn't look good at all, because that's not how they're meant to look in men's physique, especially with the poses that we do. I don't think the positions we stand in make the legs look good if you can basically see the quads out and it's not tense. And second of all, if your shorts are too big, they're basically hanging off you. It's not going to look very aesthetic either. So make sure you're getting the right shorts. If anyone needs any help with buying shorts, if you're a first-time competitor, you're more than welcome to drop me a DM on my Instagram and I can help you find shorts that are good, that fit, are the right size. And if you need to, one thing I've done, especially this year, is get them taken in. So get someone to fit them. I think I paid like £8 to get them taken in. You've just worked weeks and weeks to get on stage. That little bit of difference is well worth it. So make sure, guys, you're getting shorts that are well fitted and a good size and a good length. So if you have a look a little closer on the legs, we are 6 weeks post show and the hairs are just starting to come back through. I've been absolutely freezing at the end of prep. No body hair, no body fat, but we're getting it back. Probably just in time for it to get a bit warmer. So this is going to be my last movement that's more quad focused before we start moving into the hamstrings. So a little tip, as I kind of touched on the pendulum, the fact that it works more in the quads. So basically, if you look at this machine, if I was to bring my feet all the way up here and do a rep, here, what you'll see is I'm getting more flexion and extension, more movement through the hip joint to bring this down, which is going to add to working more in the glutes. Whereas if I come lower with my feet, what you'll see is I get more flexion at the knee. There, all the way up. So what that's going to do is work the quads more, because basically the quads work to flex and extend at the knee. So that's basically what I'm going to go for on here to burn them out before we move on to the hamstrings. Oh. So we're moving on to the hamstrings now. I'm going to use this lying curl to warm them up. So an isolation move. Then we're going to do some stiff leg deadlifts before moving on to a seated curl. Last exercise to finish on the hamstrings, back on the isolation to finish them off on a seated leg curl. So if you watched any of my videos from LA, especially at Gold's Gym, you'd have seen me using the hoist machines on the chest press where the seat moves. Really nice machines, good motion. So I'm getting that from this machine. Very, very rare. I've never even used one of these before, not even in America. But hoist machines usually feel very nice. So what a perfect one to finish today and burn out the hamstrings. I think I needed the pre-workout today with this music on. I think it's a must. This kind of music, bit of caffeine. Just wouldn't feel right being in here without it. But anyway, last part of the leg day and the most important part for us men's physique guys is the calf training. So with the WNBF in particular, calves do get judged, I've found out. So something I'm working on a lot more in this off season. So even though I'm only doing legs once a week, I'm doing calves 3 times a week. So today is Monday, which is my leg day. So I'll do them on a Monday. I'll then do them on a Thursday after my pull session. And then also on a Saturday, 2 days later, after my push session. 3 times a week. So high frequency on the calves. Let's see if I can possibly get them to grow this year. And if not, at least we know I'm training them so they're not going to get any smaller. So second exercise on the calves now. So we did a donkey calf raise. Now we're going to do a seated calf raise. So the difference with these 2 exercises are when you're in a position with the legs straight, like a donkey raise or a standing calf raise, you're going to work more of the gastrocnemius part of the calf, which is this bit here. If I actually had calves, you'd be able to see it a bit better. But basically the bulk part there. Now this part, when we're seated with a bent knee, we're going to work more the soleus part, which is this muscle that comes up here and then goes underneath the gastrocnemius. So if we want to build that area of the body, we want to work both areas. So I'll first do a straight leg, and now we're going into a bent leg. Great gym, terrible music. Stretch and squeeze to finish. Now they feel done. Session all done. Really enjoyed that workout. It's actually been, so this video will obviously get chopped up and cut down, but that was a 2-hour workout, which is pretty typical for a leg session. So as I said, it's a body part I don't train as frequently, training it once a week, but when I do train it, it is a longer session with more volume. So that's a takeaway from this video. If you're not training a body part as frequently, you can do a little bit more volume on it because you've got more time to recover before the next session. In terms of a little personal update from here, I mean, we're now 6 weeks post-show, going into the new year. I'm now 4 kilos up, so that's a good place to be at this point. As I said on the video that I filmed with Josh, it'll be a slow and steady increase in body weight over the off season, so just going to keep that going from here. I'm sure that I'll do a physique update on one of these videos at some point. So yeah, everything's going well, feeling in a good place, feeling happy, feeling energized, and just really looking forward to the year ahead. A few more takeaways from the video. Like I said as I went, men's physique guys, make sure you're wearing the right shorts, make sure you're training the calves. If you did like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more of this kind of stuff, get subscribed to the channel. I want to start the year as I mean to go on, and that is keeping up this content on a regular. I have enjoyed producing it last year, so I want to keep it going this year. Aside from that, guys, I mean, my goals for this year obviously relate to competing, and in respect to that, it will be to do my pro debut, which I'm now producing this off season towards. And also, I really want to help as many people as possible this year, so I am making a push now with doing more coaching online. So if that's something you guys are interested in, if you want help with my knowledge that I've used to apply to myself in my preps, whether you're a men's physique competitor looking to compete in your first show, or whether you're just looking to drop a few pounds going into the new year, don't hesitate to contact me. I'll be more than happy to help you with that. But otherwise, guys, we're going to wrap this video up here. I mean, if you can see, my legs keep shaking when I go here. So yeah, I'm ready to get done, get home, get some food in, and I'll see you on the next one.